Hello everybody, Grafham water Zander fishing video here, boat fishing. The ticket was £46 just for a single angler on the boat there. You get the oars, you get the engine, you get the fuel, you can go where you want pretty much on there. It's a massive expanse of water. In the boat near to that north tower, that is actually the north tower, that's a good fishing spot. Obviously fish like structure, perch will be around there. I'm just casting a shad close to, just trying to get a zander. In the boat there, opposite the tower, is Anglian direct celebrity angler Phil Spinks. Witnessed him have a couple of perch and a zander in about 10 minutes on arriving, so that guy certainly seems to know what he's doing. I've got a sinking fly line there, and we're just bugging out a pike fly, drifting it out the back of the boat just to see if we can get something that way. And a fluorocarbon leader, so £10. And the fish seem to like that. They seem to like just when the bait is just like swaying in the current, so to speak, just off the bottom. But yeah, I mean, you get a life jacket when you go there. You got to keep it on all the time. So I've got my own one. I always sit on it because it's comfy. It's quite hard all day. Casting, retrieving. I'm muttering something there. I don't know what. You can hardly hear me. So I'm just paying out the line there. This is the dam end. So this is quite a steam from the north tower there. This is another known hot spot. And yeah, in September you can lure fish for them. From October onwards you can dead bait for them. It's very deep there, so if you are dead baiting you're going to have to sort of set your stop knot a long way up, so you have to probably lower it down, put a little bit of marker tape on it, and then that's where you've got to put your knot. So we're in into a zander here. This was hooked right at the end. Literally it was about 5 minutes before I was going to pack up, so I was getting there for 7 o'clock. I, for one, know that Zander feed best, so I read, they feed best the first couple of hours of darkness, and then in the morning, it's the first couple of hours in the morning, then they don't feed all day. But in a deep water venue like this, they're going to be feeding at different times. There's another good mark just up there, there's an aerator, where a lot of trout are hanging out. We had 3 trout on this trip, grabbing the Zander lure, and we had this Zander right at the end. Just drifting. We're just drifting with the boat on a on what I call a Carolina rig. So it's a 1 ounce bomb, a bead, and a £10 Predator fluorocarbon trace to I think this is a 3.0 VMC, very sharp hook, right through the tip of a Zander Fox Pro 100, I think it was, in watermelon colour. Just drifted, and he grabbed it right at the end. Look. It's a shame I got my tackle box up there like that, but that's what happens when in the heat of the moment. But yeah, I was debating whether to whack the camera on or not, because I just sort of I think the Zander got tangled around the other line, and there's a lot going on. So you'll see the fish in a minute. And he bangs the lid down, so he knows he's filming. Elation. And Zander was about £6, £7, not a huge fish, but nice to get one. You can see the Carolina rig just there. And yeah, I was happy because I've been on the water since 8:30, and you know, all day casting, retrieving, just could not get a tank. Don't know what's happened to my landing net there. I really don't. I don't think I've done it up properly. It's a really good landing net. It's a Savage gear.
Fishing for vampires.
Yeah, fishing for vampires. So obviously I had a pair of now going to have a look in the Zander's map to see where it is. It was actually, the hook was actually quite a way down actually, but totally gettable with a set of long forceps, pipe forceps. And after a couple of attempts, just sort of twisting the hook, we managed to get it through. But yeah, it's nice to get one. That's my 3rd attempt on Grafham water for Zander. I went a bit later in the last year, and struggled like hell, just one trout. But I bumped into a couple of anglers fishing near the North Tower, and they were fishing smelt on the bottom. 2 anglers, 2 rods each, that's 4 rods, and they had 3 or 4 zander, just like light pike fishing, just fishing on the bottom with smelt. Occasional trout picks up the smelt, because there's a lot of trout in that fishery. So with a lot of food, there's a lot of food in there, so you're going to get some real big pike. So from October onwards, if you want to go somewhere for a seriously big pike, that would be my that would definitely be my go-to place. So yeah, I personally think smelt is probably the #1 dead bait. Yeah, it's a nice little fish. Still got plenty of beans in him. I noticed he hugged the bottom quite a bit. I couldn't sort of get him up. I do sometimes. I am a little bit on edge when I'm just using £10 fluorocarbon. But yeah, they sort of generally feed at night, these fish, and they've got those vampire fangs at the front. It's almost like a perch, almost a long sort of perch-y sort of fish. Real quite sort of bizarre. But yeah, that's Mr. Zander Farm. And yeah, so obviously there's several techniques of how you can do it. There's obviously you can get them on dead baits. They're like smaller sort of dead baits. They say with the smelt, chop the head off, or tiny little roach. Basically scale down pike tactics, or you get them on a lure. I like the Carolina rig because you can sort of bounce it along the bottom.
Right. Lovely saying, what am I late? So. Oh, that's magical. That's magical. Woo! Right, let's get the hell out of there.
Yeah, so this is another this is the dam end. Looks like it's very deep. Just to my left, there's like an aerator there. It holds a lot of trout, but there's this whole area. So if someone was to say to me, if you're going to target the zander, you really want to be from the aerator all the way in to the dam. Last year there wasn't a lot of water there. There's a lot more water there now. I did fish tight to that structure there, that sort of aerator water tower, whatever that is. And there is 1 or 2 snags down there. I did lose a set of gear, but you'd expect that a lot of fish. There's the Carolina rig, look, there's the bomb, there's the bead, there's a stop knot above it to stop that lead sliding up. And that's how I hook it. So it's like you basically let it hit bottom, you retrieve it a few times, and on the braid, wait until it hits the bottom and retrieve. So you're bouncing on the bottom, but if you're going to pick any weed up, the bomb will pick up the lead. This is a slightly different jig head. I don't know if you saw that on there, but that's just literally a jig head. That's a 28 gram jig head, and I found that a little bit more difficult to stay in contact with the bottom. I like the Carolina rig because I like the way the shad is always up above the lead and it sort of sways gently. And when you're drift fishing, it does it even more. So the shad's tail's just buffering away, so to speak. Looks a lot more natural. And I've had quite a few fish on that Carolina rig, I really do. That's one of my go-to methods. And obviously there's fly anglers there, filling their boat with Rainbow Trout. There's so many trout boiling and jumping out of the water and all sorts. It really was quite a good day. I think we're going to have one of these trout on in a minute. And then the amount of times they literally just followed the shad to the boat is unbelievable. One of the trout was quite a nice sort of size. But yeah, these engines are very reliable. Here we go, look. I'll just let this run a bit. Again, not very good filmmaking with the oar stuck in the way. That's what it's like when you're fishing, filming, doing the whole thing yourself. Yeah, so if you're after the zander, you really want to focus sort of from the aerator back to the wall and around the north tower. There's resident fish there. There's a nice rainbow. Put them all back. I think on the predator ticket, when you buy a predator ticket, it does say on there that all other species to be returned. Well, the predator fish obviously to be returned, but rainbows go back too. They did struggle to go back a little bit. I had that sort of hold them and sort of keep them upright. They sort of went belly up with them. It's just so warm. And obviously with that hot spell we just had, it does make the fish very lethargic, I feel. So when you get a cold snap, real cold prolonged spell, the fish go lethargic, and you get real hot sort of spell that sort of can turn the fish off a little bit. You're right over there. Loads of different. We tried staying stickleback, smaller stuff. If you're after the perch, you want to be fishing tight to some structure of some kind. Zander like a hard bottom. Don't like a soft muddy bottom. They like something hard, so you find them on the drop-offs. So where that dam is there, you'll see some sort of shallowish, tight to the dam, and that's where it drops off. That's where you want to target it, really. You could do with a sounder in these sort of venues, so you can see those sudden drop-offs. But failing that, as long as you're just doing the basics well, you should just you know, keep trying. Then you should just run into the fish. Drove out the back there. We tried the shallows with the fly, but there's too much weed there at the minute.
Cover some ground up there.
But yeah, it's a good venue. It's a venue where you would pick up a real big pike. I would not be surprised if there's something close to a record in there with all those trout. And yeah, definitely worth the dead baiting for the Zander as well. Yeah, we've got another trout on here. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Success at Grafham Water. It's £46 for the ticket. It's worth it. Brilliant day out. Thanks for watching.
Too much trouble.